Oh, my books. My big, beautiful bound books filled with stories and knowledge and history. I love my books. I always will. But lately, I've been feeling like books are on their merry way to becoming antiques. Nobody reads from paper anymore. I saw some university kids in the store the other day, just reading the covers and nothing more. Can you believe that? I'm completely summarizing the contents of a published work by judging the cover? Absolutely unbelievable. But now it's all holotape this, terminal that. Thank you, Robco, for ushering in the death of books and, to be honest, our entire civilization while we're at it. And no, for anyone snooping in, the irony that I'm recording this rant is not lost on me. I can still mourn for the death of my favorite pastime without getting left behind in the past. Thank you very much.
Pulowski, nuclear protection on a budget.
I've taken every drug in the wasteland. Daddy-O, Mentats, Day Tripper, they each have their ups and downs, but Nuka Shine took me on a ride. I didn't expect it. Not from a swig of Appalachian hooch. I grew up on that stuff. Kentucky will do that to you. It was almost like a betrayal. The first sip had the same familiar burn. Then it kicked you in the head like a 2-ton Brahmin, and it was all downhill from there. Colors that I didn't know existed flashed before my eyes. The trees around me morphed into ravenous ghouls. Beset on all sides, I reached for my gun and pulled a Tato from the holster. "Useless thing," I shouted. By then, the ghouls had me. There was little I could do. I took off my shoe and beat him with it, to no avail. I decided to succumb, just devour me. I thought, well, what's the use of struggling at this point? Maybe some lucky cannibal will happen upon my scraps and get a free meal. At least that would give my death some meaning. I let my mind wander as my body ceased to be. A cool breeze on the Florida coast. The splashing of the Mississippi. The green hills of Appalachia. A violent storm in the distance. I drifted from one to the next as my flesh broke into 1,000 tiny pieces of ghoul fodder. Suddenly, sunlight. I sat up. I was whole on the temporal plane. Far too pleasant a place to be hell. Appalachia. The green hills from my vision. The crisis was over. I was still alive, with an empty jug of Nuka Shine by my side.
Once upon a time, there was a brain in a jar, and he lived happily ever after. Sorry. There is no lollygagging here, I'll have you know. No way. I am a full-time roomie, and this cellar is my stellar office. How's the busy? How's the busy wizzy? How's the business? With you in charge, there must be lots of customers, huh? You know, I am so glad you're here. You are one of my very best friends. What was that sound? Oh,